What website is right for you? Your experience and track record in the field of editorial stock photography may make you ready for a standard website, one that's more advanced than the basic site, yet still a website that won't be cost prohibitive. A standard site gives you the ability to showcase your photography for photo buyers to see, and also provides you with a system of taking orders. It also more firmly establishes your web presence because it will feature your own personal domain name. You can start out with a first-level standard site and add more bells and whistles as you move along.
Okay, now let's talk about the standard site. Here's a typical standard site by John Wasserman, and John is from Pennsylvania. And I'm showing you the order page first because he has an order page in which you can click on and add to a cart, and your customer will be able to pay by credit card or even by PayPal, all an advantage. And as you can see, he sells prints, and he tells you exactly the cost of a certain size of a print. So this standard site is not simple as at least the original economy site, and it's not as complex as one you're going to see called the premium site. This is what John has as his second page on his website. Gives you an idea of some of the tasks that he performs and some of the photographs that he takes, and actually a picture of him there. And you can also click over to somewhat of a catalog here. You can put your pictures up. Your customers will click on them, and then they'll be able to go to the cart that I showed you earlier. And I'm kind of showing you his home page first. As you can see, it's something that's not going to cost you a lot of money to develop, and won't be too complicated to put in a shopping cart for your photos. So here are some examples of some standard sites. Lynn Radica, Jane Rollins, Fratelli Alienari. And by the way, this is, as far as my research goes, in stock photography, this was the first stock photo agency, established back in 1852. Of course, we didn't have any internet then.
In the previous economy sites section, I mentioned several free web building sites that offer a cut and paste feature that allow you to design a website yourself. As you progress, you may be interested in looking into their premium versions. On these premium versions, you'll be asked to pay a monthly fee, and of course there will be more bells and whistles available to you there. I've added that list here, plus some additional do-it-yourself sites that offer more robust features for you to incorporate into a standard site.
And there you have it, the standard site. As a stock photographer, you may never need a website any more elaborate than a standard site. Our next discussion in Installment 7 will be the premium site. If your collection grows, or you have already acquired big numbers of general images or a targeted collection of highly specific images, you might want to consider the premium site. But again, investing in a costly site might not be in your best interest unless you have the wherewithal to cope with the complexity of servicing a highly technical site, as well as have a staff or the manpower available for outsourcing to handle the monetary and time demands of a premium site.
If you choose this web builder route to establish your personal website, send me a link to it and I'll give you some feedback from a marketing point of view. I'll expect you to incorporate the marketing principles that you're going to learn about in the e-course. And one of the most important ones is to keep your website to a specific subject, not a general subject. Otherwise, Google and the other search engines won't find you. or find your general site worthwhile to scan and crawl for potential customers to find the specific picture they're looking for. With that in mind, remember that most of these web building sites are free, so you can set up often as many as 10 free sites in some cases, each with a different set of categories, depending on your interest area in photography, such as hummingbirds, farm tractors, NASA activities, girls soccer, medical training, U.S. Army tanks, and so on. Unfortunately, most beginners have a tendency to set up first a general site with those wonderful sunsets, rainbows, seagulls, fireworks that everyone seems to have dozens of, and because there are so many of them, and that photo buyers already know where to find those kind of everyday pictures. If you're going to set up that type of site first, please don't send that one to me for a critique. I won't be able to help you with that kind of site because it has little marketing potential for you. But set up a general site for yourself anyway. It'll be a good practice. You may be able to sell a landscape or two to a visitor who stumbles upon your general site because the mountain you photographed looks good, just like the mountain where they camped out at Girl Scout camp several years back. But realistically, these kind of photos don't sell well. Not because they aren't prize winners, but because of the law of probability. There are so many of them in frame shops, Walmart, or local camera club exhibits. But put them up there anyway. Someone always wins the lottery. Besides, it'll be a gallery to, show your family and friends. But from a marketing perspective, capitalize on your strength areas. Design each of your websites to a specific target audience, and you will start to see sales using the internet to market your work.